Hey friends, today I'm going to show you how to draw Santa's workshop, the cozy old-fashioned house that sits on top of a snowy hill. We'll add all the fun little details like a sign out front and presents by the door so your drawing looks extra magical. Grab your pencils and let's get started. Hi, my name's Kathy and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. You know, my favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. Just need a sheet of drawing paper, a pencil, black marker, and a few crayons. Be sure to check the description below for a link to a free step-by-step tutorial. Let's begin by drawing a side of the house here. I'm going to make my line angle in just a little bit. And after that's done, then line up the tops and draw an angled line on the other side. And then connect the two at the bottom with a straight line. To draw the roof, I want to make sure it's centered on the house. So I'm going to imagine a line going up from the middle and make a dot at the top of the paper. And then draw a nice curved line from that dot down to the right side. And then go back up and draw a matching curve on the left side. Now we want the roof to have a little thickness to it, so let's go up and draw another curved line above the first one we just made. Then make the bottom of the roof end extend out a little bit. When that's done, then go to the other side, draw a matching curved line there too, and also an overhang. I like to draw old-fashioned doors like this with the rounded tops. So let's draw one side in the middle of your house and then draw the other side. Add a small circle for a door handle. And then let's draw another line on the outside of the door to make a kind of frame for it. Here's an easy way to draw an old-fashioned window too. Start with a board that has rounded ends for the top. Then move down and draw another board like that below it. Connect the two with straight lines on one side and the other. And then finish by using lines and angles to draw a kind of plus sign like I'm doing here. If it helps to see that again, I'll draw another window just like that on the left side, starting with the rounded board on top, the matching board that's lined up underneath, connecting them with straight lines on one side and the other, and then finishing with those little angled lines inside. There's a round window that goes above the door. So I like to draw circles like this, making one half and then the other. And then we can finish by adding little shapes that look like a slice of pizza to me. There's 4 of them inside and there's space in between each one. Let's go up now and add some snow to our roof. So start at the top and just draw a slightly bumpy line that's coming down on one side, and then go back up and do the same thing on the other side. It's time to draw a chimney, and we can do that with straight lines for the sides and a kind of fluffy little bumpy shape on top for the snow. And then while we're here, let's just draw a few extra lines for the bricks. Now for the nice big presents that are sitting in front of the house. Let's start with a bow, which begins with a circle for the center, a rounded shape for the sides on one side and the other, a line inside to kind of define it, and then the little ends added underneath. To turn this bow into a present, just add 2 straight lines for the sides of the box, 2 more for the ribbon that's underneath the bow, a kind of wavy line at the bottom to show that it's sitting in the snow, And then finish by erasing any of those house lines that are inside the present. We don't want to accidentally trace them. You can also draw a bow like this with just the two side shapes and the line inside and then the ends underneath. I'm going to add a box here too by drawing the tops and the sides like this and the ribbon, finishing with a wavy line at the bottom for the snow, and then erasing any lines inside so it looks like the present is definitely in front of the house. Here's an easy way to draw a sign for Santa's workshop. Let's start by making a large arrow shape near the bottom of the paper. Then carefully write Santa's workshop inside. Do try to go slowly and make your letters nice and neat so everyone can definitely read them. After the sign is done, then draw a pole behind it. Mine has just a little rectangle on top, and I'm adding some angled lines that I can color kind of like candy canes when I'm done. To make our workshop look like it really is at the North Pole, let's draw a horizon line that's kind of wavy for the snow, and then add a few mountains in the background. You know, whenever we have a sky, I think it's fun to add a few clouds in there too. To make our house look extra old, let's go back and add just a few random lines that are kind of attached to the side, so it looks like old boards or something. And finally, a few wavy lines in the snow will give it a little more definition, and it's a great place to add shadows in a moment too. Okay, feel free to add more details if you'd like, but now is the time to get out that thin black marker and start tracing over all of our lines so we can see them really well. A pro tip I have is to take a moment to erase any pencil lines that might still be showing before you bring out those crayons and start coloring. Alright, now you can certainly make your workshop any color you'd like, but I want mine to be brown to look like wood. The trim around the windows, the door, and the roof line is going to be red for a festive kind of look. That sign is also going to be red along with some stripes on the pole. I'm going to fill my chimney with bright orange. Those presents with an assortment of pretty bright colors. And purple for those distant mountains. Here's how I made some shadows. They're pretty subtle, but in real life they do show up pretty well. Take the light gray crayon and color a little bit on the side of the building, maybe a little bit on one side of the presents, and a little bit around those bumps in the snow to give your drawing just a little more depth. Here's a little trick to make your windows look like they're reflecting the sky color. Just take your sky blue crayon and make a simple little squiggle inside each panel that you have. Once you're done with that, then of course take that sky blue crayon and fill in your sky. Hey, great job friends! Today you learned how to draw Santa's workshop with lots of fun details, and you even saw how adding shadows can make it look extra warm and cozy on that snowy hill. If you enjoyed this lesson, then hop over to my website, Art Projects for Kids, where you'll find even more fun holiday drawing tutorials like how to draw Santa and how to draw Mrs. Claus. I hope you check them out too, and most of all, I hope you keep on drawing.